Hi guys, Paul from PABrewNews, and I got a bunch of light in my face, and I got a bunch of boxes here because I had to move a bunch of shit, and now I realize there's a bunch of crap in my way. But I don't know if this is gonna be too bright. Whatever, screw it. I'll move some boxes and some books. Find an berry out. Okay, there you go. That's better. That looks a little bit more even, Steven. Here down. Anyway, this has been Paul. Hi. Just woke up not too long ago, hacking my brains out, which I was like, oh no, gonna get sick. Just got a shower. Here we go. We're gonna finish now. Finally, we're gonna finish the week of aged stouts with 10 Fidy from Oskar Blues. All right. 2015 vintage of Oskar Blues, 10 Fidy, 10.5 alcohol by volume, canned and brewed by Oskar Blues, closed eye, cycle PN. Oh yeah. I don't know what cacupsient means. In a can? I don't know. I have no idea. And then Brevard, North Carolina. There we go. So I'm gonna drink this beer. I'm watching Wood Chipper Massacre right now. So I was like, well, there you go. Drinking some coffee in a very metal cup. Very metal coffee cup. Alright. Feeling better now. Not hacking my brains off. So I was worried for a second I wouldn't be able to do it on Friday and finish the week. But I feel a lot better now. So let's get into it. This is 10 Fidy with a really dirty lid. So, but that's alright. We'll pour it into a glass anyway. We'll pour it into a glass. We'll pour this into a glass. Oh, that is dirty. Always professional here. Just in case you wanted to know. Always professional. We're fine. Just checking. Alright, we're fine. Pour this into the glass and see what we got going. Oh, Jesus, that's dark. I keep forgetting how dark this is. How sludgy, slimy black it is. It's great. Alright, we'll throw that right in there. 10.5 alcohol by volume, 3 years old, and it still generates a beautiful head. Huge rocky top on that one, but with tons of creamy bubbles. Then, of course, the higher it goes, the more the bubbles expand, giving that rocky top. That's pretty good. Alright. Up to the light, no light. A rind. A crescent rind on the pinnacle of the glass. But other than that, no light getting through there whatsoever. There we go. Raisins, brown sugar, molasses, chocolate, smoke. Hints of char, little tobacco tone. Lots of dark fruit. Just lots of raisin and plum and fig and those kind of dark fruit tones mixing in with that molasses tone and everything underneath it. So, whew. 5 days, 5 big old age Imperial Stouts. Really had a great time doing this. Let's get into the last and final edition. Let's hopefully, maybe we saved the best for last. We'll find out. Cheers. Ooh, sizzling, spicy, earthy carbonation, and just pepperiness. There's a lot of dark fruit. There's tons of dark fruit. There's black cherry, raisins, figs, lots of muted baker's chocolate. This isn't one of those char bombs like some of the other ones became real char, real tobacco smoke, pipe tobacco. This is different. This is brown sugars, baker's chocolate, lots of dark fruits, hints of roasty toasty, smoky boasty, like the charred edges of cookies, those kind of things, like brownies, the charred edge of a brownie. This has become more dessert forward. It's become more savory, sticky, sweet. Dessert-like, I should say, basically, because of the fact that it's so dark fruit, baker's chocolate, brown sugar, hints of molasses, those burnt toasted edges of brownies kind of going on in there, instead of, excuse me, this is going to be so rude, I'm sorry about that. Excuse me. Instead of the char smoked pipe tobacco, you know, those kind of notes that there's carbonation, sorry, that like Otto's gave, and definitely the I couldn't believe how much char came on the forward of the stone. This one is, and Bell's too had that beautiful pipe tobacco tone. This is a really, really dark chocolate, baker's chocolate brownie with this weird kind of raisin fig currant jam inside of it. It's really weird. But there is still smoky, charry, roasty, toasty goodness. And again, that kind of burnt crust on a brownie. Those kind of tones. A lot of muted baker's chocolate, hints of dark chocolate. There's still a lot of spicy, peppery whiffs coming off when you first get in there. So the ethanol alcohol still is evolving and changing. It's still there, but it drinks amazingly smooth. And the fact that you get so much dark fruit. What's up, drunken one? I'm a little sick, but I'm doing good, if you know what I mean. This still has so much dark fruits and savory tones that it's drinking easy, it's dessert-like. There's going to be more dark fruits with age probably, because the ethanol alcohol, that spicy ethanol alcohol, is still apparent, so it had more changing to do, which is going to get even crazier and even more like almost you're mixing. No, I'm not that bad. I just woke up kind of coffee and snotty. I'm a lot better than I was. Yeah, and I'm drinking some nice coffee in a metal coffee cup, so let's cleanse the palate with a little coffee, wash it around, and go back in. It's getting to the point now, it's like you got a hybrid beer where it's drinking like a huge wee heavy mixed with an Imperial Stout. Because you still get that nice roasty, toasty, char, smoke tones. Baker's chocolate, a little bit of dark chocolate, but then you're getting this molasses, brown sugar, raisins, plums, figs, black cherries. You're still getting all that though too. And again, that toasted edge of like a brownie. After you bake a brownie, that toasted edge. I don't care what kind of brownies you're baking, I'm just saying, baking a brownie. It's all kind of intermingling in there. If this was sweeter, I think it would be dessert-like chaos, and it would just be mind-blowing. They did this with simple grains and age, what a lot of these pastry stout companies are trying to do with extract and additions and adjuncts. They're trying to throw all this in here to get this, what this is doing by itself, which is a very, very nice thing to say about a beer. Just a little time and the right grains is giving all this naturally without adding anything into the beer other than grains. That says a lot. That says a lot about a beer. It's very delicious. Body's a bit thin, unlike regular 1050, which is thin, but not a bit, you know. Yeah, 1050's medium side of a full body, tapered to the low side. This is the low side of a full body, tapering to the high side of a medium body, kind of knocked down just a peg. but still delicious, still oily, thick, slick, very, very nice, lingers in the palate, pours like tar when you look at it. It's just so amazing to look at. It just pours like tar. It's beautiful. There's a nice spicy brightness about this beer and that zesty carbonation I told you about that's telling me the beer is not dying. It's still there. It's still fine. Of course, it's in a can. It's not going to get oxidized. You can keep this for years and years. You can keep this for 10 years without a problem, and it's just going to become more of a fruit bomb and more of a fruit bomb and more of a fruit bomb. And I want to try one of those that was 10 years old. That'd be great. If I have another one of these somewhere hidden, I might just dig a hole in the yard, put it in there, and just cover it up. You know, put a flag there. 10 years. Open me up later. So, yeah. It's good beer. And I know, because I don't have the light up here now, and there's a bunch of shit here. It's all weird, and I don't know. Whatever. You can see my face. You can see the beer. Here's the beer. There's the beer. 1050. 2015 1050. Week of aged stouts. I definitely want to hear what you guys have thought about the beers that I've tried, especially if you've tried them fresh, to see how different my description of the beer now is. It does sound awesome, because it is awesome. I'd like to hear what the description of the beer that you had fresh differs from the description that I've had of the beer aged. So, you know, that's something to be said. I know Joe said he had the 30th anniversary last November, which was 2 years of age instead of 3, and he said he loved it, and it was amazing cakes. You know, he still liked Expedition more, but he still liked the 30th anniversary. Now, I would have done the Expedition, but it's hard to find Expedition where I live. I've only found it twice. I got a bottle the first time, and I found a 6-pack. Now, I bought a case of the 30th. Oh yeah, it's I can get you if you can't find it around your place, I have to send you some beer anyway, so I can definitely find a 1050 to send your way, a fresh one for sure. So that's not a problem. Again, let's run through the profile real quick. You have excuse me. Roasty toasty, a little bit of copper corn, molasses, brown sugar. You have lots of raisins, figs, dates, a little bit of black cherry in there too, mixing around. You have a lot of muted baker's chocolate, a little bit of dark chocolate, kind of that burnt crust of a brownie is kind of coming to my mind as I drink this. It's very dessert-like. It's very treat-like, which is very different from a fresh beer. It's actually, and I've drank a lot of these fresh. I have drank a lot of 1050s fresh. And there's two things you should do with a 1050. You should barrel age it, or you should age it. You should either barrel age it or you should age it, because honestly, as good as it is fresh, it's better aged. It's just something that you should do. And unfortunately, you should buy a case of 1050 and shove it in the back of your garage and just leave it there. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things that, or put it in your cellar and just forget about it. Because as good as it is fresh, it's kind of like a 3-note wonder, if you know what I mean. It's really roasty toasty, really nice chocolate, nice little bit of char, smoke, the whole deal, good body, boom, solid Imperial Stout. But when you barrel age it, oh my god, it's a great barrel age. And then when you age it, then all this dark fruit comes out. So, and you don't get that when it's fresh. So, you don't even get that with the barrel aging, but you get a nice bourbon, peppery, caramel, blood right on the whole process. But other than that, this is a pretty damn good beer. I'm going to give this one, I think I'm going to give this one, see if there's any more left in it. Bloop. A little bit of a bloop. I'm going to say, and I've had so much fun drinking these beers, and I've had the way that they have changed was just crazy. I'm going to give this one a 9.5. I think this is the winner of the, I'm going to give this one the winning score as far as if there's a winner, I don't know if there has to be a winner, but I'm going to give this one a 9.5. In ascending order of my enjoyment of them, I would probably put Bell's, or no, the Brooklyn first at 5 because it didn't do much for me. Then Otto's at 4, and that is because it you could tell it was dying. You really could tell that beer was it changed and it was beautiful, but you could tell it was at the end of its life. And if you left it longer, it would just got bad. But it was good. It was beautiful. 5. Let's see. What else did I drink? Then I drank the Bell's 30th, which was a beautiful beer. A lot of pipe tobacco, really nice. I actually want to say that's really kind of fucked up. I didn't realize that. I drank them incongruent with how I drank them. I actually ran right up the scale because honestly, I really like the Stone. I like the Stone. I like that that huge. I mean, it just became a huge beast of a beer after it was aged. It was like completely different. It would wrap around your palate and like it has this huge middle part of char and smoke and dark fruit and craziness, and it would just attack you. It was insane. So I want to put that above. For drinkability, I think the Bells would win over Stone, but for the change, like seeing what a change would do with age, Stone went insane. You know what I mean? That was that crazy compared to Bells. So as I would rate them is as I drank them. I would rate them Brooklyn, Otto's, Bell's, Stone, 1050. Right up the line. Now, you have to, once you get past the first two, then it starts, because it's like a 7, 8, 5, then it's like a 9, 9, 9, 5. So they're all fucking fantastic, and they have all changed with age, and it's so nice to see that. A lot of people don't let their beer age. A lot of people don't let them blossom because it sounds so weird. And I'm going to have to do something rude again. I'm sorry about that. So sorry. But they're at their infancy. And that makes sense because they're fresh bottles of beer. They're fresh cans of beer, whatever you want to say. But they're not at their peak. You know what I mean? They can get better. Especially when they're in these 10, 11% ABV beers. Let them sit. Let them sit. The ABV goes down. They become more drinkable. And all this shit happens, which you just don't expect. And I like the fact that, except for 1050, I've never had any of these beers aged before. So watching them change was a complete surprise to me. And I didn't know what to expect. And the amount of pipe tobacco and dark fruits and chaos I was getting out of these beers it was making it so enjoyable to find and try. So definitely do that. If you have some Imperial Stouts, if you have some big old beers like this, it doesn't matter what the style is, especially barley wines, English barley wines. Oh yeah, make sure you age them. Put 5 years on these things. These things, you're doing yourself a service, and you're doing yourself a disservice if you don't. Make sure you age these things. These things become better and better. My teeth look so white. Hi. I don't know what it is. It's the light. But make sure you age these things. Especially like English barley wines for sure. Imperial Stouts, man, especially in cans, they can last and last and last. 1050 is definitely showing that for sure because there's a lot of liveliness in this beer. There's a lot of life left. You can keep on aging this, and there's an ethanol alcohol still present though. It's wafting around, so there's more changing to be done with this beer. It's going to get more and more and more dark fruit, probably. That's my guess. It's going to get even more dark fruit forward. It's like a big wee heavy mixed with an Imperial Stout, which sounds good to me. Beer Alchemy's good anyway, so that sounds amazing. 9.5 for this one, and my rating is an ascending score as I reviewed them, starting at Brooklyn all the way up to this. That's my score. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. As I guess it should have been. So, yeah, awesome, fun week. The week's over. Yeah, I know, it's crazy. You have quads that come in cans now. You have. I just like when I found that you have naturally fermented, spontaneous fermented beers in cans now. Like, it's crazy what the canning world is doing. It's just amazing. It's just absolutely crazy. And back in the early days, only shit beer came in cans. I mean, we know that, 10, 15 years ago or more than that. But now things are changing. Things are going crazy. Cans are the way to go. Cans, you can recycle them. You get your money back. Around here, you can't recycle bottles and get your money back, so they just go sit on the road forever. Cans never waste. You drop a can on the road, 5 seconds later, someone picks the can up and recycles it. So do cans. Cans are better. No light coming in. No perfect oxidized seal. Good. Do cans. Cans are good. Yes. I was gonna say something else. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. I was gonna say I had a great time doing this week of aged stouts. 10 Fidy is the winner for me. The dark fruits, the pastry-like atmosphere of the like charred brownie edge, and just the way it is. I love pipe tobacco and beers, but this became a dessert beer. This became what other breweries are trying to do with adjuncts right now. A naturally brewed beer with age became so dessert-like, it's insane. This wins. Boom. 9-5. I like this better than a fresh one. This will always beat. Oh shit. Well, we have a weird circle going around. Weird circle. Weird circle. I don't even know if you can hear me anymore because I have a weird circle going around like this. Great. I'll wait for Drunken One to say something. Once he says, I'm good, I will ignore the weird circle that's going around like this. Oh, good here. Awesome. Anyway, before I get done doing, I had a great time with the week of aged ales. 10 Fidy's the winner, so that's good. If you have some of the stouts, barley wines, especially English barley wines, age them 5 years, boom. Vintage ale from 2014, no, 13, 14, 13, 14 is coming up. Oh, you're just a weirdo. It's okay, Randy. It's fine. Yeah, aged beers, you'll be happy. Anyway, I've got a 2014 coming up from Fuller's in London, Chiswick area, London. I have their vintage ale coming up on January 1st to mark their 5-year anniversary. Every 5 years I do a vintage ale, if I can get a hold of one. And next week, I'm not really looking forward to next week, because next week will be a week of acid reflux. They don't really have, I don't understand the whole plastic lining thing, but yeah, I mean, it should be fine, because if you're going to do that, it's going to be food grade. And the thing is, they use a plastic because you have to, I'm doing homebrewing and stuff, you have to use a plastic that can handle the ABV. Otherwise, you get, like, bad stuff out of it, like, chemicals and stuff like that. So they use a specific plastic that can handle the ABV and the aging. So there you go. Yeah, so next week, unfortunately, I don't know why I'm going to do this to myself. I'm going to buy a lot of Zantac. But it's the week of acid reflux. It's going to be wild ales and sours. And I can't stand wild ales and sours. Yuck. Let's do 7 of them. Fuck yeah. We're going to start with this big son of a bitch right here. Let's start big. The Libertine Coffee Teen. A rare wild ale. So there we go. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that. Sorry, Raina, I just missed your comment. But yeah, so that's going to be next week. 7 days of acid reflux. I am not looking forward to that at all. So anyway, this has been Paul from PABrewNews. Thanks for joining me for the week of the aged stouts. See you next week for the weeks of the acid reflux. Yowza. And I don't even remember what beers I have. So as you're going to get surprised, so am I. And on Sunday, I'll go over to my parents' house, which is they're all in the basement over there. I'll pick 6 more sour ales up that I have in the basement aging, wild ales and whatnot, and so forth, and bring them here. I'm pretty sure my sink is going to get a lot of beer that week, if you know what I mean. Just saying. Cheers. See you later. Watch that finger. It's coming.